Hello, welcome to today's What's in the Workshop. Today we're going to be having a look at my 1968 Dalesman trials bike, have a look at what I've been doing to it to get it ready and what it is I'm going to do on it tomorrow. So this is a Dalesman. My uncle had this bike for 40 years or so, and it spent most of that time, probably 40 years in fact, parked up in a barn with ducks. So it started jumping out bottom gear, so they stripped the engine to see what the problem was. Then they found the nick or so liner on the barrel had gone. It was parked up ever since. And as a kid, the first mechanical parts I were ever given were bits of this bike. I had the exhaust, I had the airbox, I had the petrol tank. And I polished them, and I thought one day I'll do the rest of that bike. So one day I got it out of the barn and I decided, yep, I'll do that. So I got a donor engine and I built that up with bits of the original engine and bits of the donor engine. I haven't done anything major on that. I haven't done bottom end, I haven't done little end, I haven't changed piston, anything like that really. It's just sort of okay, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So I put it back together thinking I'd do little normal off-road trials. So I wasn't worried too much about things like wheel bearings and longevity of the engine, and it was never going to be a road bike. And then for some reason I decided, you know what, I could use that for long distance trials. So I did my first long distance trial on it in January, which was the Clee Hill trial. And it finished and it did surprisingly well. It's only a little 125 Putch engine, so it's quite underpowered compared to competition, but it did surprisingly well. No real issues on that event, other than a sticky throttle, but for some reason I've decided I needed to make it better, so I caused myself lots of issues doing various bits and pieces to it before this next event, which is now tomorrow. So what have I done? Front and rear brakes, I had them relined by Villiers Services. They'll do lining specifically for whatever you request. So I said it's a trials bike, nothing more than 40-45 miles an hour on the road. And it's made a huge difference. Brakes are so much better. I've also changed the ratio a bit. I think this is probably non-original at the front here. So with the short lever it had at the back, I was just getting no real braking effect. So changed that, that's much better now. I fixed the brake lights, added in a reflector, which isn't very pretty, but scrutineering is going to be a bit tougher for this one. I realise it needs to have brake lights everyone can see. Petrol tank. The original petrol tank is identical to this but smaller. So this is a 1.5 2-gallon tank. The original is only 1 gallon, which I got away with it on the last trial by having my wife keep meeting me and topping me up. This trial says no support crew, so I really needed more capacity. Thankfully I found that tank, which is the exact match, a really good price paid for that, so that's good. The headstock bearings I found were worn on the cups. You can get the original Putch ones, but unfortunately they're very expensive and only available from Austria. I thought it'd be nice to upgrade to a taper roller anyway, but that wasn't straightforward because you couldn't get a bearing the right size. So I ended up having to machine down the shaft to 25mm, make a 1mm collar for the yoke, top and bottom, and then thread the inside instead of the outside because it's a bit shorter overall because the taper rollers take a bit more space, and then you machine a collar washer for the top, but that's okay now. Yeah, so hopefully that should be a lot more robust. Also did a little bit of reinforcement to the front brake. That's not the original front hub. This is a Suzuki hub of some sort, which wasn't meant for this bolt-on brake arm. So it was just threaded into the aluminium badly. So I've got that on the mill and just put a flat on the inside so you could put a nut in there. And I've metal set that in there so then that can be properly tightened up. Yeah, this is my route for tomorrow, which is a little route scroll I made here. This was just a takeaway tub, and then I have the takeaway lid is bolted to this base plate, and then you click on the top once you put your scroll in and put it on with a couple of rubbers, and then you can merrily see where you're going. At least that's the plan anyway. Do have a speedo there, but not really very functional. So little GPS one here, that was great battery life, lasts all day. Got a phone holder there. I don't have a GoPro or anything like that, but I will try and take some videos of the sections tomorrow with my phone. So I'm sure you'd all like to see me fall off. I think that's about it for a tour of the bike. Oh, I made this chain guard. Oh, that's the other thing I've added in. The chain was getting quite slack by the end of the last trial, so I've added in a tensioner and changed it for a better quality chain. Usually the tensioner would sit at the front and operate in the direction of travel, but I can't really do that here. There's nowhere to mount it to, so I've had to make a bracket and mount it from the swing arm, but that seems to be working okay. That's taking the slack out of the chain. Yes, I'm hoping the engine's going to keep holding together, because as I say, I didn't, when I built it, check anything like main bearings or big end, so I didn't think I was going to be doing anything like this. It's 85 miles I've got to do tomorrow, 85 road miles, and that's then 22 off-road sections and various off-road tracks. So it's going to be a long day. That seat's going to feel very uncomfortable by the end of it. Hopefully we make it to the end of the day without too much of a problem. Fingers crossed. Yeah, wish me luck. Good morning. Made it to the start. Currently in the queue for scrutineering. Had some problems with the bike this morning. I got a misfire at high load, so I changed the plug. We just got to hope for the best with that one. I've got a set of points, but I'm going to take the flywheel off if it is anything further electrical. Fuel-wise, we can rebuild the carburetor if we need to, but we'll just see how it goes. Otherwise, no problems. Fingers crossed, see how it goes. This is a Dalesman.
Eh?
This is a Dalesman.
Dalesman? Okay, that's quite a rare old bike.
Yes.
That's the Minarelli engine, isn't it?
It's a Putch engine.
Pooch.
And a little 125, so a little bit underpowered, but
Yeah. You'll be right today though, I think.
hopefully.
Yeah.
As long as it all holds together.
And that's the thing with old bikes, isn't it?
There's always something. I've had a misfire already this morning, so
Shit everywhere.
I've changed the plug. Fingers crossed that cures it. Too early to tell.
Give it some beans up here, that'll clear it out.
That should do, yeah.
It'll be fun. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Weather's decent, which is half the battle.
Yes, I'm already warm, surprisingly.
Yeah. Cold the old fingers on the road though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll sign you through in a minute.
Okie doke.
You've got 3 metres in which to foot.
Okay.
Okay, so roughly about here, give you an idea on the bikes. Somewhere there. And then you're on your own.
So with 2 sections in, it's not going so well. The carburetor keeps flooding, so when I'm on a hill the bike bogs, which is really difficult on the sections. And also I just hit a tree on the last section and twisted the front end. Bent it back with my knees, but we got problems today. I've got a few miles further up the road and it's cried enough on me. It's cut out, but obviously I'm timed when I have to be at these sections. So I've got to try and sort out what's going on as quick as I can. Still got a spark, it's a good start. I think I'm going to have to rebuild the carburetor. I'll be well behind on time, but I can't ride it like it is. Interestingly, nobody's caught me up yet. So either I went the wrong way, or they did, or they're stuck on the last section. Last section was tricky, if possible. Rode you around the wrong side to see much of what's going on here, but I don't have the time to hold the camera. So currently I just pivoted the carburetor around, taken the bowl off, trying to see if there's something that's blocking the needle valve or if the float's just sunk. See if we can figure out what's going on here. Sticky float. There's flooding all the time. So I just taken the carburetor apart, try and sort it out. Hopefully I'll be alright. I'll be a bit behind time, but I should be okay, thanks. I think I'm sorted. Hopefully I'll see you at the next section. All being well. Thank you. One thing you can always rely on an event like this is the friendliness of other competitors, particularly other bikes. Stop in and see if I'm okay, if there's anything I need, can they help. Couldn't ask for any more than that. Well, I can't see any obstructions in there, to be honest. Again, sorry you can't see what's going on. No fuel in the float, so that shouldn't be sinking. Needle is clean. I don't really know what its problem is, to be honest. All I can do is stick it back together and hope for the best. Where did that... Rebuild the carburetor in the mud at the side of a road. I've got to tell you, it's not completely ideal. Probably going to make it dirtier, if anything, but top tip: always grease your gasket. When I put the gasket on, cover it in grease. Then the gasket doesn't stick to the surface, so if you need to reuse it in a side of the road situation like this, hopefully your gasket stays in one piece, which this has. Is a relief. This is not at all easy because the carburetor is currently on its side rather than upside down, but I don't want to take it fully off because it becomes even more tricky to get back on there. This is where I could do some more grease to hold the gasket in place, but didn't really pack grease in my side of the road repair kit. Right. Back in place. Let's get these covered in mud bolts back in. Great. There's another bike. Oh, it's the sidecar team. See the friendly chaps.
Right.
Hiya. Keep flooding.
Right.
It says it's giving me real trouble on the two sections, it just bogs down, but it's got to the point where you get to a junction and it cuts out and you have to kick it. I think roadside carburetor rebuild. Fingers crossed it'll be alright.
Is there anything you need, or are you?
I think I'm okay. Hopefully I'll see you at the next section. Cheers. Another pair of real helpful friendly guys. Problem. We've got a broken gasket. I don't think I've expected there.
Okay.
Yeah, carburetor troubles, but hopefully it should be alright.
Okay.
Cheers. This could be a big problem. Bottom of the gasket's broken.
Everything okay, Squire?
Yeah, I think so. Should be able to sort it, hopefully.
Oh, fantastic. All right, good luck.
Thank you. Alright, what I'm going to have to do is have to go without the gasket and the spacer and just run direct with the carburetor with its O-ring against the manifold. Hopefully it'll be alright. Not ideal. Come back round this side, you can watch me for a minute. Don't know how well this is going to run without the spacer and gasket, but at this point I haven't got a lot of choice. Our goal today has definitely changed now. It's no longer get round and maybe see if we can win a medal, do well in class. Now it's just, maybe get round if we're lucky. I'll try my best. Carburetor's back on. Just got to try and get the airbox back on now.
Okay.
Yeah, Dicky Floke, I think, has been flooding really badly. So
Oh, that's just one away from the jungle.
one goes through on the sections like that.
Sorry.
So hopefully it'll be better now, but I have to do away with the spacer and gasket to save it. Just can't direct the manifold. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for you. Here you go.
Cheers.
When you're on the top already, they took me up.
Hopefully I fix this and catch up some other bikes. It'd be nice to ride with someone. Did a bit on my own so far. So it's just cars in front of me. Before we go any further, let's just see if it runs, shall we? Oh no, I'll tell you what. It'd be a good idea if I put the spark plug back in first, wouldn't it, rather than just dangling in the air. Oh, the change the spark plug this morning did fix a misfire. Just that debris that was on the spark plug electrode must have been arcing out between the electrode and the body of the plug, so yeah, that's one thing fixed. Just then another came along. Great. Right, spark plug is back in. I've broken the spark plug spanner and doing that. That's just great. Okay, let's see. Fuel in. In between gears. Interesting. I'll try changing plugs again, just in case. One more time. No, definitely not playing. What is going on here, eh?
Anything?
No, I think I'm okay.
Well, we live down there. At the bottom is a place called Architectural Heritage, which is I got a yard if you need to.
Oh yeah, if I can't get it going, I might might freewheel it down there.
Freewheel down, turn right.
Yeah.
You'll have to push it 400 yards. Then see on the gravel track it says Architectural Heritage. You need to come in and just, I don't know, call someone, you know.
Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. What is going on here? Even thinking about it, is it? Oh dear. This isn't looking good at all. Got a spark. Yeah, got a nice spark. Got some compression. What is going on? I don't know what the problem is. I just don't know. It's got spark, it's got fuel. More taken apart, I guess. I'll come back to you when I find something. Well, we got fuel, we got spark, but it's not going anywhere. So that only leaves compression. I think, unfortunately, after 2 sections and 1 times test, we're out. I'm really disappointed because I really enjoyed the last trial I did on this. I was hoping it'd do quite well today, but when I try and bump it in second gear, you can hear a rattling. I can't feel a huge amount of compression when I turn over the flywheel, so I think it's probably something a bit more serious, unfortunately. And that's me out. Once we get back, I'll have a look and see what the problem is, and I'll show you. But for now, that's the trial over for me. Well, I've got it back in the garage at home now, giving it a quick pressure wash and popped in the garage. Changed the spark plug just to be sure. Still nothing. I can hear a bit of a rattle even when I turn it over the kickstart. So we'll start by taking the cylinder head off and see what we can see, I think. I'll bring you in on that in a minute. Oh dear. I'll shine the torch on there so you can see there's a massive score in the side of the barrel. And as the piston comes up, you can see there is a upwards divot in the piston there. So I guess I'll get the exhaust off, carburetor off, and take the barrel off and get a better look at what's going on. Well, there we have it. Broken piston ring. There's the piece of offending ring. Unfortunately, it's destroyed the barrel. These are Nickersil lines, so they can't be rebored. The Nickersil liner there. You see that large gouge in it. This side. And then the same. You can see from the bottom edge as well. So that unfortunately is toast. The piston obviously also toast. I think the little end is pretty loose. I'll take the piston off in a minute and have a bit of a look, see if I can have a feel of the crank. Might be the bottom end's okay still, though whether any bits of piston ring have gone down there, I don't know. I'll take the piston off in a minute and have a look. This has not gone well. Yep, that'll do it. Yep, which has of course completely destroyed the barrel, which you can't rebore because it's Nickersil. I think just ring failure probably. This is horrible. So if you look inside that big end, you can see that's pitted. I think just from sitting at some point in this engine's life, rather than pitting from wear. But I don't think that was the reason for the failure. I don't think the piston's been dipping that much. Yes, there's a little bit of play there, but not enough. You know, the rollers haven't broken up. That was still functioning. It wasn't the failure of the little end that's done it. So I think it was just the ring just went. Yep. Let's put play to this one. Obviously I've got to strip it because that rod's no good with that pitting in there. So this is all of this is no good. So in answer to the question, will the Dalesman ride 100 miles and complete the trial? No, it won't. Unfortunately, he very much let me down. But I'll fix it. It'll be back. And I'll update you as soon as it is. But for now, thanks for watching.